Hello everyone, I'm Gina Kim working at Host University, and today I have a short interview with Jasmine, who's from America. Jasmine, please give us a short introduction of yourself.
Hello everybody, my name is Jasmine. I'm from the United States, specifically from Texas, and I'm a professor, English professor here in Asan at Suncheonyang University. Nice to meet you guys.
And how do we know each other, Jasmine?
We know each other because I also went to your school. I used to be a student, a grad student, and now I'm a professor. So she was my professor too.
Yes. In other words, Jasmine was a student of mine at Graduate School of Host University, and I'm very proud to say that a student of mine is now a professor.
I did it.
Yeah. So how long have you been in Korea?
I've been here a long time. I've been here almost 6 years.
Wow, that's a long time. So what was your first impression of Korea, Jasmine?
My first impression would be everything is very fast-paced and everything is depending on technology. So technology evolves here in Korea. Everything is even faster the next day and faster and faster and faster. So seeing all the screens everywhere, videos playing on the subway, that was very shocking to me.
Mm-hmm. So how has it changed over the 6 years that you've been here?
I think I've been more Koreanized now. My parents and a lot of my family and friends say that I'm a very impatient person. Koreans tend to be very, very impatient. So I feel like I walk even faster than the Koreans now.
Oh.
Yeah, I can walk faster than Koreans now. So very Koreanized now.
How will you cope when you come back?
Right?
So can you give me some examples of culture shock you experienced in Korea?
Culture shock, I would have to say the first thing is the food, especially breakfast food. Americans usually eat sweet things like cereal, muffins, some fruit. And not every Korean does this, but I've been served rice, soup, and a fried egg for breakfast, which to me it's salty. And Americans like sweet stuff for breakfast. So I couldn't even swallow the food in the morning knowing that I was eating something heavy and salty. Now I can do it now, but the first time was really shocking.
Oh, I can understand. We have some questions from our students.
Perfect.
Chong Ye-won wants to ask, what is the best thing about Korea?
The best thing about Korea is, like I mentioned, is everything is fast. I don't have to go outside anymore. I can just order my groceries and get them that very same day. I can pay with my face. Everything, I can just pay with my phone easily. Everything is very fast. So I feel like the US is trying to copy that. It's not working, but they're trying. Like
America's too big, too much land to cover.
Yes.
Huh? All right. And Rim wants to know, what is the most asked question for you as a foreigner?
Most asked question and comment would be first, where are you from? Do you like kimchi? And then, oh, you use the chopsticks very well. So, yeah, I always say that.
Are you good at chopsticks?
I am good at, well, sometimes my hand, cramps because foreigners get tired of using the chopsticks, but it's always like, oh. And if I say even one word in Korean, the Koreans are like, wow. It's very exaggerated.
Good. How about frustrating moment for you as an American?
Banking. I hate banking here because they ask us for passport, alien card, all our information, signing things I don't understand, downloading all these security.
Yes, lots of
software.
security stuff.
Very stressful for me. That's the worst. It's banking and going to the post office to send something because I have to fill out some forms. Too complicated.
Yeah. Ibori wants to know, do Americans ever take their shoes off when they go to their homes?
Never. It's a very strange thing to do. So don't do that if you go to the US because the floor might be dirty because people wear their shoes in the house. The first time I experienced it it was very strange, but now in the US, when I go home, nobody's allowed in my room without taking their shoes off.
Very Koreanized.
Yeah, my parents are very frustrated that they have to take their shoes off in their own home, but in my room.
Well, they get used to it. Yeah. Yunbyul asks, what do you think that Korea should have from America?
Prices for the food in Korea are too expensive. I've never bought in cow meat here. It's too expensive. But when my Korean friends go to the US and I take them to the grocery store for the first time, they're so excited. They're taking pictures of the meat because it's so cheap. We have fresh meat because it's Texas. We have cows everywhere, so it's very cheap. You can get
very cheap and delicious beef.
It's very fresh. Milk, we can buy a milk jug for the same price as the one here, the little carton. Fruit, I've never bought fruit here in Korea. It's too expensive. Never bought tomatoes. Groceries here are just too expensive.
We have tomatoes in the kitchen.
Okay, well, I'm going to take some from you.
And many students of mine ask, what's your favorite Korean food?
Favorite Korean food? There are many delicious things, but meat is my weakness, especially samgyeopsal with the bibimbap. That's so delicious. It's very fast and easy to make. It's my lazy girl dinner. So.
You can never go wrong with samgyeopsal and bibimbap. All right. Since your original major was in communications, could you give the students some tips about body gestures or eye contact issues?
Americans use a lot of body language. So when you go to a job interview, if you want to work for an American company and you are interviewed by Americans, use a lot of hand motions. And the first 30 seconds of your interview are the most important. Scientists say that during the first 30 seconds, somebody will know if they want to hire you or not. So within the first 30 seconds, make sure to look at your interviewers and smile. Oh, and use a loud voice, very clear voice. So that's my tip for you.
Very important.
And those tips really helped me get all my jobs.
Oh.
I've never failed an interview.
All right. Good tip. Thanks. One last question. In our textbook, there was a case about culture shock within the U.S. This Juan and Sophia were talking about moving from Miami to Cleveland, Ohio. Have you had similar experiences?
Yes. So if you don't know, my parents are from Mexico, so we are Latinos. And 20 years ago, we moved to Texas from California. We were one of the first Latino families, which was very shocking at first. But then as years went by, more Latinos came. We had many stores with Latino food. Everything was great. It was very diverse, many different cultures. But then traveling to Kansas, where most of the people are white Americans, it was very shocking because they only have one store for the whole town. Everybody's very close. Everybody knows each other. So completely different culture than what I'm used to.
Well, thanks for your time and lots of tips for you.
Thank
See
you
you
for having
next
me.
time.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.